Sony got slapped on the back of the hand in France and they lost a legal battle on two fronts. So, first of all, Sony doesn't like their pad, right? The PlayStation pad being counterfeit. So, they are very strict about it. And in 2015, there was some update, which means that everything which is not Sony controller, when you have an update, you lose communications, there are disconnections and stuff like this. But they can't make the difference between counterfeit and third party, legal third party. You can have a pad for your PlayStation, which is legal, but not Sony, right? And they can't make the difference. And of course, because of this, it's interference of business, right? So that's the first infraction. It's disproportionate measures against PS4 controllers from third party manufacturers. That's the first thing. Second thing, lack of transparency, lack of transparent licensing policies and communications. Exactly. Companies were impeded from joining Sony's licensing program as access was only granted through a partnership program, of course. But the problem is, the regulatory body discovered that Sony refused to communicate criteria for the program access to manufacturers. And why? It's because the criteria itself was applied at Sony's discretion. So whether they like you or not, that would be the problem. And that's the news for Sony in France, but because France is part of the European Union, that can escalate to other countries because that's always like this in Europe. Bad time for Sony. They have to be very careful of what they do with third-party manufacturers now. I don't know how they're gonna correct it, but you're very likely gonna have an update on your PlayStation soon correcting this, at least in France, likely in Europe.
Yeah, 13.5 million, yeah. Which seems
Thank
like
you.
a
Yeah.
really small amount to a company the
Yes.
size of Sony. Weeks ago, we had the news about Xbox doing something similar, right? Where they were banning unapproved
Yes.
third-party peripherals, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes. But even if it was third-party manufacturers, and that's something which doesn't fly in Europe, because if it's legal and not a counterfeit, they can sell. You don't have the monopoly of your own console, if you will, at least on the peripherals,
Everybody's doing it.
which is normal. Imagine if on your computer you could only buy a camera or a mouse or that which is stamped Microsoft. Of
That's
course,
right.
you wouldn't have Razer, Corsair, all of these third-party manufacturers wouldn't be able to compete against. It should be the same for console, right? And that's why they got slap on the back of the hand. 13 million. Yes, it's
Yeah, I
okay.
mean,
They're gonna sell more DLCs.
that's the whole lightning what was it? What they call the lightning connection on the iPhones, and then now they have to use USB-C, right? For the exact same
Yeah,
reason.